I'm gonna laugh if they're all killer donuts, and I just wouldn't say.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not picking 1 or 11, so
Let's go with
14 team.
20.
Could be really good or really bad. Most likely really bad.
Ghost Warrior, 1984.
1984.
Let's find out what Ghost Warrior is about. Something about ninjas, I believe.
Oh no.
TV is possessed by killer donuts, will not.
Yeah.
All right. Oh God.
Oh no.
The first 3 words. A deep frozen 400-year-old samurai is shipped to Los Angeles. Shipped? Hey, did I ship him? Where he comes back to life. Oh yeah. Dazed and confused, he goes on a rampage. Can the female scientist and her colleague who revived him stop him before it's too late?
Oh no.
5.2. How? Didn't expect that.
Well, I mean, production quality has already gone up at least 40%.
Yep.
Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
It's sad when you go back 20 years and this is better off. He's deep frozen. Why? Remember the Ice Age of the Warriors?
Yeah.
The samurai years? Oh, here we go.
Alright. We're obviously on a set here. Not as dumb as the samurai.
Nice. He's looking all sexy. Look, I'm done with the flirting game. We didn't get this on or what?
In case you're wondering, I've been in a block of ice for 400 years. I've got some things to get off my pelvis.
I got some things that get on your chest.
Yeah.
There's a wig in this movie? No. No. Sweeties, no. Oh, the wasps? The white Anglo-Saxon peoples? Why? This is racist all the way through.
I'm just surprised MGM was even involved in something like this.
No nips were harmed in the making of this motion picture. Good God.
Ghost Warrior.
No, nothing. Oh.
I'm sorry. We know this is garbage.
Ghost Warrior. Not a ghost. Kind of a warrior.
Maybe 400 years ago.
Samurai tries to save his wife, I guess we find out later.
Yeah, wife.
We didn't know because we don't speak Japanese or there's no subtitles for this. But he tries to save his wife from some guys that are taking her somewhere. We don't know what. And then he does a piss poor job, gets her killed, gets shot with an arrow, falls into a stream that's all frozen in Japan in 1552.
Which I still
52,
have
something like that.
problems with the continuity on that as well. It's like, not continuity, but just like the science behind it, really. It's
Yeah.
like you fell into a stream that is not frozen whatsoever. Like, I realize it's winter, but that stream is a-flowing. And all of a sudden, you don't drown, you just become a solid block of ice.
I think they just didn't show us the part where he fell into the water. They showed that, and then he's floating around, and then he gets back up, and then he's taken to the cave somehow.
Right.
So I'm guessing the stream went into the cave.
Either that or like the stream became the cave over time.
I think he didn't suffocate yet, or maybe he did drown. He could be dead. I mean, frozen's frozen. They repair him when they.
I mean, in the long
awaken
scheme
him.
of things, it's not like we're actually going to be able to reanimate a body. So I realize this movie doesn't really have any real premise.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you could at least try a little bit harder. Like, oh, he's falling into the super freezing water that's freezing so fast that nobody can.
I mean, the bitch narrated it anyway.
Yeah, awfully, like terribly.
Hi,
like,
I'm Chris. I went to DeVry. It felt like that. That's what it felt like to me.
I wanted to be my best me, so I went to DeVry and got my degree in technology.
In
The most obscure, just like
cryptological
non-descriptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Found him.
This much ice.
Yeah. All it took was a little bit of a force.
I first heard about it on the news.
Hey, English.
A few scattered reports of a 400-year-old body found frozen in the ice to joke about.
Cryosurgical
And then
research?
fades into oblivion.
Sure.
Narration is awful.
Why is she narrating?
Yeah, please stop.
Within 3 weeks after graduating from DeVry, I could feel my career taking off.
At DeVry, you can earn a 4-year bachelor's degree in 3 years.
DeVry put my career on track. The fast track.
And I went here to Japan, even though I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, no, she's like,
they're all white guys.
I
It doesn't
speak
fucking
very
matter.
minimal Japanese. She's literally the only other character in the entire movie, other than the sushi chef, who can speak Japanese. And
She learned for him.
yeah, well,
Big props to Chris, whose name we find out at the end of the movie.
yeah.
They unfreeze the samurai guy.
He gets taken to the California
Cryptological
something,
crypto
a
technology
sciencey place, and
in Los Angeles. 400
Los
years
Angeles,
later.
really?
430 some years later.
Well, and that okay. Let's touch on that too, because the cover art for the movie says something to the effect of 100 years.
That's really the first thing on the poster. 100 years ago, he
Yeah.
was.
Blah blah blah, and now he's blah blah blah, whatever. 100 years.
And she went to DeVry.
It's like they didn't talk to the people who made the movie and were like,
There we go.
Well, never gonna get that hour back.
This poster was so much cooler than the movie was.
Yeah. There was not a single ninja star in this movie.
100 years ago, he was a legend. Today, he's a living hell. 100 years ago, he was a block of ice.
Was it 400 years?
Yeah. He was still frozen 100 years ago.
Good lord.
I think 400 years sounds terrible on the poster.
Maybe.
But 100 years doesn't make sense as far as being a samurai.
Well, it literally wasn't even 400 years. It was like 430 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't even get that right. Like, the people who made the poster and the people who made the movie just didn't talk. They were like, it's called Ghost Warrior. Something about...
Is he a warrior? Not really.
He kills a couple people.
Is he a ghost? Not really.
No.
Oh. It was 400 years? 100 years, you said? Yeah, 100 years.
Yeah, 100 years.
And
Does he have ninja stars? No, he's a samurai.
And you
All
said
right, we're
that-
going to put that in there.
You said there's a 5-minute scene where he fights a gang? Yeah, let's put them on the poster. And, and a red carpet? Whatever the fuck that is.
Leading lady didn't even make it on the cover of the poster.
No. They got the hair right, though. And that... Remember his lightning bolt sword? Remember that great sword he had?
430 something years in the future now, he's being reanimated. They got the surgery team with the knob that doesn't make any sense. That just says, what?
It was the increase knob.
Increased knob.
It
Yeah.
increases.
Yeah. We don't know what it increases, but it
Units of increasements. I don't know. It just says increase.
Yeah.
And he churns it. Like,
yeah. A couple times.
It's been increased.
Stand by for bypass.
He's the only one sweating.
A lot.
What was that knob for? It just said the word increase. He's like,
Yeah, and then there's no readings on the sheets, and then there is readings on the sheets, and he's alive, and
lots and lots of surgeries, like quick shots and like knobs.
they cut
and-
him open for some reason,
Frankenstein.
which still really isn't.
I think
I
they
don't
were
know-
fixing the wound from
Either
the,
that, or they were like putting paddles in there to like actually jumpstart his heart.
Yeah.
Something to
Because
that
he got
effect.
shot like right here, right?
Yeah, right here. So then they cut him right down the middle of the rib.
Yeah, they
cage.
got the lungs and shit.
So I'm thinking that's the only thing that could have made sense is going in for that. But
Maybe they're doing something with the lungs because he drowned.
maybe we don't know
Movie?
because they didn't put that into the movie.
Maybe put that in there next time.
People,
Go back and re-edit this.
movie people.
Just one line of dialogue from her. What they're doing here is like, something's. I learned that surgery at DeVry.
DeVry put my career on track.
She was nothing. She was a nothing of a character.
Straight up, the forgotten girlfriend from Back to the Future, look-alike.
So forgotten they replaced her in the second one.
Yeah,
She just wakes up on the porch as a different
just a
person.
different person. Didn't even try. They're just like, yeah, well, this is her now. I think they were maybe trying to
Our children!
Let's not get into that movie.
That's a really good movie.
It is a really good movie.
They wake him up, they put him in a room, and he's just kind of hanging out. Just like,
Yeah, and then he wakes up in the room,
Yeah.
and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And let me look out these blinds. What are? First of all, 400 years in the future, he's gonna know to look through blinds, and that's gonna let him see outside. Come on, really? And second of all, he doesn't know where he is just by the fact, or he doesn't know something crazy is going on just by the fact that there's all this medical equipment surrounding him in the room. It doesn't make any sense.
Nothing.
Like, technology...
He wasn't attached to anything to monitor him either.
No.
He was just left alone in this room.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
And he goes over, looks at the blinds, sees a helicopter, freaks out, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's when I started predicting things he would run into. I think I nailed it. But no
didn't
boombox.
get the
No
boombox.
boombox.
No
Fuck you,
boombox.
movie. 1980s. You know?
1984, and there wasn't a fucking one boombox. What are you doing?
I've never seen that before.
What are you doing?
They did have the gang of ruffians, and then he did almost get hit by a car.
Befriended a black man. It's nice
An
to
elderly
appreciate
black
that.
man. This gang is so
Very
tough, they're going to
progressive
fight
of you
down.
1984 movie people.
This gang's so tough, they're like, let's beat up this senior man who has no defense.
And no money. He's a veteran. He gets $750 a month apparently, and he doesn't have any money anyway.
Street gang? Street gang.
Oh, 2 for 2. I'm still waiting on the beatbox, though.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
The one on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh, this is his new best friend, the old man.
Oh, man.
It's Johnny Samurai.
It may look like he appeared there. They just didn't show him. The old guy's story was apparently very impactful on
Unnecessary.
Yoshi, and then went nowhere.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe the movie, actually. Just, no.
Okay.
What's he gonna?
Plot? No. Oh.
I don't know. It's really just an hour and a half, not even, of watching Yoshi. Because eventually this guy that I named Todd, right, comes in and tries to steal a sword, which is a dumb fucking move.
Fuck
Todd,
Todd.
ass staring Todd. He just stares at asses.
Yeah.
Everyone stares at this main character's ass, and then I realize she doesn't have an ass.
Right, they're confused.
Maybe that's what
they're
they're
trying to
looking at.
figure it out. What happened? Was it chopped off by a samurai sword?
That's-
Was it eaten by radioactive rats or donuts? Who knows? We don't. But
It could be the donuts. Oh, God.
Excuse me.
Hello,
I have a
Hans.
question with Dr. Richard.
You guys checking her out?
Hi, I'm Chris Wells.
He is.
He's still going.
looking.
He's almost in there.
Day after day,
She should check out his ass right now.
things from his past. Monsieur gate kudasai.
What? I've actually learned English because it was just faster. Where is her butt? Poor lady.
Samurai cut it off.
Oh, man. I think that's what happened to her. That's her backstory.
Yeah, that's why she's infatuated with samurais.
It's the last shogun they brought to the president. So she's like, can't lose anything else, guys. Poor lady, no ass. And then the guy can't stop looking at it.
yeah,
What happened to it? Where'd it go?
yeah. He was very inquisitive about it. Full on head tilt.
He just stares at it the whole time, and he does it multiple times.
Yeah.
And then someone else stares at it. Anyway,
Wait? Let's just back that up for just a second.
back
How
that
would-
ass up.
Well, there isn't one, so we can't.
That's what happened to it. She backed it off.
She backed it up so far it just disappeared.
Fell off.
Okay.
Now it's back
How
up.
would you like to be the guy who is like, hey, we got this movie part for you. Basically, all it is we're gonna sit you in this chair and we just want you to stare at this girl's ass. Okay.
I mean,
And then you get there and
Oh,
you
what do you
find
mean?
out she doesn't have one, and you're just like, I'm gonna kill myself tonight.
how you cast that guy, is you sit there in the
Well, I got my cousin Bobby over here. He'll do it.
the open auditions, and you
Yeah.
just kind of sit there and you pretend to be one of the guys auditioning, and you're like watching,
Yeah.
and you're like, Susie, and she'll walk across the room, and you're like, that guy, he's staring at her. That guy's staring at her so well. That creepo in the corner over there. It's like, Todd, you're in the movie. Come on, Todd.
Yeah.
But fucking Todd is not fucking Todd, but fucking
Well,
Todd.
we
He
can't
could
be
he
sure.
could be into
We
it.
don't
Yeah,
know.
it seems like he's into it. But
Can't
Todd
make assumptions these days.
decides. I think his real name is Tom,
Yeah.
which is so close to
We
Todd.
said Todd, so it's gonna be Todd.
It's Todd.
Yeah.
But he's like this. The fucking no butt lady gives Samurai his swords back, so he doesn't feel like he's being captured. I get it.
And then somehow she's like, "Oh, this would be a good idea is to tell the creepy guy that stares at my ass how much these swords are worth."
Yeah. They're so because she just randomly took him to a pawn shop. I
Yeah.
thought, and he's like, very valuable, very.
Yeah.
And she gives it to the fucking samurai again, to Yoshi. Yoshi has all the stuff, and then Yoshi sleeps with him because he's a fucking samurai. And Todd's like, I'm gonna go steal that priceless sword from that guy, that murderer, and just see what happens. I was trying to flashlight in his fucking eyes too, because I'm dumb. I'm dumb as shit.
And he walks in the room, the only thing you see coming through the doorway is just this giant 1980s flashlight with a big old can on top of it. You're just like, boom. Just a laser beam of light through the room.
Illuminates his face. Oh, Yoshi. Come on, Todd. Don't use the flashlight if you're going to... I'm going to sneak in on this.
Don't want him to know I'm here, but I want to.
Yeah, right in his face. Yep.
What, do you think he's not going to be sleeping with them?
So he comes in there weaponless, except for the flashlight, and he's like, I'm going to steal these weapons. Dude, you're literally fighting a Shogun right now. I can't think of a worse example.
Yep. And Todd's dead.
Now I would eat Todd. Yoshi kills him, obviously, and then flees on
Trying
foot.
to take my swords, bro?
And then is just like immediately in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And
right, there was like, first of all, this place is supposed to be out in the wilderness somewhere where nobody goes to it, and like there's horses running around for some odd reason. Who knows? Well, obviously for the end of the movie.
yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, but all of a sudden he's not there anymore. He's in the suburbs, and we don't know how he got there. He's just walking down the street of, I don't know, something from Weeds. Like it just looks like cookie cutter houses.
It looked like the town in Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, yeah.
This weird, crazy town.
Right,
Everything's
right.
all symmetrical. Every house looks the same.
The bushes are all nicely trimmed.
Yeah, and he's just walking
It was
around.
the 80s though, so that's probably not like it.
Almost get hit by a car, and then he starts going caveman on a car where he picks up that rock and kind of...
One rock. There's a single rock.
Yeah, just laying there. Just for throwing at cars. That car.
Sidewalk's pristine. There's nice cut grass, beautiful looking car, and a rock. And then it wasn't even like he didn't like chuck it at it like a normal human would just pick up a rock and throw it. He like holds it and
like he's throwing a skee ball. And then
40 points.
Bounces off of it. Oh, he did good.
Yeah.
It bounces off of it, and then he just kind of walks over and starts poking it with his little fan thing.
Yeah.
The glass, and he's like,
Which, on top of that, this scene itself is lasting like a good 4 minutes of just him touching this car.
And I mentioned Encino Man because that's a very similar movie where Brendan Fraser is a caveman, gets on thawed, comes, and now he's in Encino. And he's doing all the wacky, like, what's a phone? What's a TV? We had him with the TV where he just flips it over. And then, but none of it was fun. It wasn't fun at all. He's just, he stabs the tire with his sword, and he's like,
let's touch on that too, because like when you watch a movie of like
fish out of water.
Yeah, fish out of water, exactly. You want to see that, I don't know, difference of viewpoint and everything, but you don't want to see somebody just fucking with a car. Like that was it.
He's just poking it for like 4.5 minutes, and then stabs a tire.
It's a giant metal object.
And then
Let me poke it with a stick.
He's just somewhere else after that.
Yeah. I get it.
And then the rest of the movie is just them tracking him down. We got our bad guy with the slick back hair, and he just has a random
we
old
call
guy
it
with
was
him.
the bad guy from like scene 1. Basically, like the first scene he's in, we're like, oh yeah, that's the bad guy. Yeah.
Just because of hair.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's a bad guy. He's a
bad
corporate guy.
Yeah.
Chops her head right the fuck off. His balls are just touching the ground right now. That's all I can think about.
Imagine what kind of shrinkage that guy has after being stuck in ice this long.
Did you see it, man?
You ready for anything?
Yeah, they look ready for anything. I'm Bob Evil. Good God. Slick back hair. And he's a dick to him the whole time. And then he just like randomly gets this old guy with him. I don't even know where that guy came from.
Old guy.
Because remember he's holding the suitcase?
Oh yeah.
The other guy's got like a
it was
fucking
glasses.
fire
It was goggles.
The other guy.
Yeah.
There was the guy with the glasses who I forget how I said he
Oh
looked
yeah.
like. And then there's the old guy with the suitcase.
What's that?
A cattle prod?
Oh, Star Trek thing?
You guys got a fucking suitcase.
What are you gonna do with the suitcase?
Alan, what's happening?
Oh, he killed him. No, he knocked him out. That thing looked like it was the first taser, though.
Yeah, it straight up did not look
It looked like it weighed 40 pounds.
It looked like they're like, you know what? We saw Star Trek, and we think we can do that.
Why not?
So they just made the same thing, put a couple of prongs in it. It probably had like 4,000 volts in it. Probably not even enough to take down a full-grown man, but
No.
they got the samurai.
He caught it, though.
Yeah,
Give him kudos on that.
Yeah, nice catch. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then they're in the van, they're trying to kill him, they're trying to give him an embolism, like he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
filling up a syringe with air. He's like, I'm just going to give him an embolism, and she's like, no, and they freak out, and then all of a sudden there's a hole in the back of the chair that they stabbed the driver through the chair.
He stabs the fucking driver.
Like, there was no hole. Why would there be a hole
There's
there?
just a hole for his back.
Yeah, it's just like, just like some breathing room.
I want like a back curtain.
Yeah.
Get some breeze in there in case I want to hand something.
Yeah.
Like a sandwich, you know?
Some 1980s reach around shit. I don't know.
Oh, just the back?
Yeah.
You
Just get a little back tickle.
yeah. Should go under the seat. Took those balls.
Yeah, yikes. Stabs him, the van rolls, everybody should have been dead.
Just rolled so many times.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody was wearing seatbelts, nobody was strapped in, they were just, it was like an ambulance, so I mean, they're just rolling around the back.
Just
Yeah.
like pinball.
They all pop out, everybody's fine. There's just a hole in the back of the chair.
Those are made out of cardboard. Good God. And they're all dead. And the car's run out of cardboard now. They would be very, very injured. Oh, no, they're fine. The Hawking guy ends up in a wheelchair.
Apparently.
The one guy's kind of like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then he gets
he got like
sliced.
stabbed in like the shoulder area or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
that's when glasses. That's when Stephen Hawking dies.
Oh yeah, Stephen Hawking.
That's when he dies. And then, I just remembered it. I just pictured him in my head. And then
that's when he turned into Stephen Hawking. Was that he got that arm, that weird arm lip, and now he looked.
yeah, that was my theory.
Disheveled.
He's gonna wind up in a wheelchair. But then they all flee in separate areas. He's about to kill the main bad guy. He doesn't. She does not too. He's like, and the whole time he just has this stare. And every once in a while he'll go. It's very weird.
Yeah,
So
it's just.
But he'll go. I'm like, whoa, that was
Turned it into a smile. Like
2.5 minutes of aggressive
400 years
staring.
ago? What's up with that?
Yeah. And then they all flee separately. What the fuck happened? Because this is like, it's constantly people coming, leaving, and coming back together, you know? Because I can't even keep track of it.
Here's the part where it just doesn't even matter anymore. Eventually, we'll just skip because eventually
All I remember
she
next
gets
is the
captured by the police. It looks just like the scene from the beginning of the movie. He's walking around on a horse. He's going to go try to save her. He's going to do it right this time because he's had training. No.
Memories, man.
Yeah. He ends up getting her on the horse.
Fleeing on the horse.
What's his name shows up. Greaseback shows up with a shotgun that he stole from a cop car.
He uses her as a shield on the horse.
Yeah, well, that was probably, I mean, second time around, he made some changes. Obviously, he wants to protect himself.
Yeah, it's like one of those loop movies. Like go back in time.
Yeah.
Like Time Cop.
Time Cop.
And then,
Cop of Time.
it's sad when Time Cop is a much better movie than this.
Yikes. I think
But,
that's just my word of the day.
What, yikes.
Yikes.
What about, what was the, fuck, I already forgot.
Oh, snap!
Oh snap!
Oh, snap!
Oh snap!
Oh, that guy. Oh, he learned how to say "oh snap" at State College.
Yeah.
He rescues her, I guess, until the evil guy cuts him off in the car, just like the evil guy before. He starts fighting evil guy.
The shotgun doesn't work, so he beats the shit out of him.
Shotgun, the evil guy.
And he's about to kill him, and she's like, "No!" And he's like,
"Yoshi,
trying to kill me." The other cops show up. One gets a good shot off, gets Yoshi in the gut, or was it in the gut or was it heart?
Like here.
Like heart, yeah. And it's kind of all downhill from there for Yoshi.
Yoshi kind of does a little dance maneuvers.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing.
Very robotic. I don't get that.
He was more animatronic than that cat. Fuck you.
Bitch, I still don't understand English.
Oh, there we go. Oh, nope, he's getting tasered again. He's losing his mind. So dramatic about everything. Right in a rock. Nope.
Well, and then can we also touch on the fact that Yoshi, the guy who plays him, is not. I'm pretty sure he's not Japanese at all.
He was a Native American Japanese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he probably has some Japanese in him. Who knows? But
so
straight up wig. He looks like Elvis had a bad mullet day.
We know there's a wig because there's a wig expert in the end of the credits there.
Credits give it away.
A wig spurt.
Up until that point, we were like, that's some real hair. And then we saw the credits.
Yeah, then I was like, no way! That was a wig? His 3.5 feet of hair? No! I still don't believe it.
The glorious man.
It's real hair, man. It's real hair. The things I would accomplish.
Anyway, he falls off the ledge again and dies.
In the water, same way.
Same
And
way
I was like, I think it's going to cut to 25.84. And he's going to get unfrozen again.
I should have called this Frozen.
Yeah, we could have. Frozen Warrior.
Yeah.
Unthawed Vengeance.
No, that would be the sequel.
I mean, you can
Frozen Warrior :
This is how bad
Vengeance.
80s titles were. You just put two words together. One of them has to sound badass, but the other one can be whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wandering Warrior.
Yeah.
That's really more what this was.
Sunshine Stabber, or some shit like that. Who knows?
That sounds badass. I watched that movie.
Yeah, me too.
He stabs you in the middle of the day.
Yeah. He's got balls. He doesn't care who sees him stab. Oh boy.
The Bright Sunny Day Strangler.
That's too many words though. It doesn't work.
It sounds like an actual serial killer though.
Yeah, probably.
I watched that movie about him. What did Yoshi accomplish his second time around?
Absolutely fuck all.
He saved the old black man.
Well, the old black man even still gets shot. We don't know if he's still alive. Maybe he bled out. Who knows?
He
if the cops got
extended
there in time.
the very short time frame that old man has. he made that a little bit longer.
He gave that old man 6 extra hours.
I'd rather die by a gunshot by some ruffians than beat to death by some ruffians.
Some questionable sushi.
Yeah, the whole sushi scene was a little insane because he starts to speak Japanese to the.
Yeah, he's like, it's some strange dialect I've never heard before.
Whoa, easy. Yeah, that's kind of my theory was that he would recognize. I even said that
that was pretty good. I mean, as far as continuity, or I keep saying that word, it's not continuity, but as far as like the logistics of that time frame between that and this, like that makes sense.
Yeah, your language changes.
Yeah,
like they'd be like if fucking Shakespeare showed up, you'd be like, I kinda get what you're saying there.
What? You want me to do what?
Why am I Jewish?
Yeah. You fucking up like that?
Oh
Yikes.
God.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He speaks so eloquent English, I turn into an elderly Jewish man from a Mel Brooks movie. But I like that they did that. That the Japanese, he's like, I kind of get it, because that's what would happen after 500 years or 400 years or 100 years, according to the poster. Your language changes. It's you get bits and pieces, and he's like, I understood every other word, but he's an insane person.
Guys, what did he say? The guy's crazy, or the guy's
Guy's out of his
guy's
mind.
a wacko.
Yeah,
Guy's a wacko. Yeah.
Wacko.
He's definitely a wacko.
In most movies, you would have the fish out of water guy go wacko, wacko. Like he recognizes some word for some reason.
Right.
And
then everything starts making sense.
Yeah, that didn't happen here.
No.
I expected him to start learning English, but really his rampage was only like 40 hours at the most.
Yeah. Like I expected at least like a forced like you complete me moment at the end.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Instead of life's not worth living, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a fucking nosedive, just swan diving into the lake again.
Which, out of the entire movie, the best shots are the two where he's falling off the cliff. You said that at the beginning. It was actually a really well shot.
That open one was awesome.
Yeah.
We had this, I don't know, like
It
a little
looked
lens
great.
flare, but then went away quick, and then you see like this, the sun hitting the water. I don't know.
And it was slow mo too, right? The slow motion action looked pretty decent.
Oh no, it's really in there. I'll be back.
It's just straight up not him.
That was a cool looking shot, though. I'll give him that. The movie was well made, as far as it was serviceably done.
It was produced well.
Yeah, it just had no goddamn story. It was just him wandering around.
And it was MGM. Like, that's the thing that blows my mind. MGM's doing this. MGM's letting this happen.
I can't tell if they made it and then MGM was like, yeah, let's throw it on VHS.
Yeah, they either bought it for dirt cheap or something like that, or like they were like, all right, you got this much money left. All right, we'll help you out. Maybe somebody knew somebody for this.
Yeah.
Somebody knew somebody.
I don't know. It's weird. It just felt like just one long flat note. But it had some interesting stuff in there. That made it more infuriating. Mm-hmm. Like him falling in the lake, like we said, him getting unthawed. They could have made that so cheesy and fun, but instead it was boring. All of it was boring.
Yeah. Garbage.
So.
Out of 10?
Oh. I don't know if I want to rate it because it kind of gives away
Or what?
the showdown.
Oh.
What's showdown in these movies? We have Attack of the Killer Donuts. We have Ghost Warrior. Head to head. I'll let you go first.
Oh God, why you gotta do that?
Debate which one.
I'd say okay. So obviously, Ghost Warrior had the production quality.
Mm-hmm.
They both lacked plot completely.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I had to lean and say which plot was better, it'd probably be Attack of the Killer Donuts. What?
Just the fact that giving that movie any praise. I don't know.
Well, it's definitely hard to, but I mean, you kind of like got to give it credit a little bit. It's like somebody went out and made something, and you know, you got to give them a little bit of praise for trying at least. Well, I don't know if you call it trying, but
They pointed their cameras at things,
they did stuff.
and then those cameras captured the thing they were pointing
They
the camera at.
reused.
That's how much they tried.
Or 2016 porno sets to develop.
What movie had the same footage shown?
Shown twice.
Yeah,
Probably both of them. I'm pretty sure it was Attack of the Killer Donuts.
I think it was. Yeah, it was when he's hitting the frying pan and the knife.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they cut back to something else by the fridge, and they come
They
back
came
to
back
him.
to him and he's doing the same exact.
He's holding the frying pan with a knife and going,
Yeah.
stabbing the fry. I don't know. That was when there was.
I
no
think he was
sound
trying to
effects.
use the frying pan as like a shield, but.
But he's using it as a weapon.
Yeah, I don't.
He should be like,
Yeah, exactly.
but he's going. Oh God, like leeches.
They're just stabbing donuts.
He just punched. He's punching him. Owie. Ah, snap! What? What does he think he's doing with a knife?
What made you think this movie was going to be better in slow-mo? Oh, and they just repeated the take.
Yep. As if those two things go together and make it a super pan.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you're picking.
Okay, so I did production value, plot, acting. I'd say. Well, obviously it's not Attack of the Killer Donuts.
I was just gonna say I don't know how you didn't have to debate this.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost Warrior. I mean, at least they. Can't say I don't know what their budget was, but I mean, at least they tried to act. So what else can we debate between those three? I would give it to Ghost Warrior. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you just choosing that because of me?
No.
Okay. Good.
No, straight up. No, Ghost Warrior had the production value and the acting.
Because I said that
So
in the
that's-
movie and you're like, whoa. And I was like,
Well, no, I mean, the more I think about it, I honestly forgot what you had chosen, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, the more you think about it, it's like, okay, here's the deal. Ghost Warrior was made in 1984, and it's a better movie than it was made in 2016.
it looks better.
Yeah, it looks better. They actually went out on
It's on film.
locations
I
and
get
did
it.
shit.
But
Right. But
the scenes in Japan in the beginning were cool looking.
yeah, well, the
Snow.
shoots in Virginia.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's in Japan.
Yeah.
But it looks cool.
Yeah. And
Looks fun.
at first I thought it was like a set. Like
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is obviously a set, but it was they were actually on location for that, so it looked pretty good. So yeah,
Up there with
for
Hateful
me,
Eight.
For me, it's Ghost Warrior.
I agree with everything you said there. The acting is obviously better in Ghost Warrior. I choose Ghost Warrior just because they were trying to make a movie.
Right.
It was boring. It had nothing to
It
do.
missed the mark.
It missed the mark.
Yeah.
But I'd rather watch that than let's make a schlocky movie. Haha. Aren't we making a
Yeah.
bad movie?
Well,
It's not entertaining.
the problem is with Attack of the Killer Donuts, you can't tell if they're trying hard to be funny or they're trying to actually make a drama. Like,
And their acting gets worse.
Yeah.
Remember it went on at the very end, they're all like, whoa, like Scooby Doo. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I
Like,
don't know what was happening with them.
watch that.
Okay.
And we burn the place to the ground. I'm just going to look over here for a while.
Want to pick our next movie while we're waiting? I mean, the thing is like when you look through the collection of movies that you would like to watch for this series, most of them are in the 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah.
And then we find this one or two that are in the 2000s, and we're like, these are comparable to this. They're obviously got to be terrible. So I'm interested to see what the other one was, but that we cut out for this. But
You chose Attack of the Killer Donuts for some reason.
The
man chose.
I had no bearing on which movies were in which envelopes. I didn't put them in there, so I don't know.
Watch the footage.
4. Attack of the Killer Donuts.
So, congratulations, Ghost Warrior.
I don't know if you can even say that.
Oh, we're picking worst.
I would.
So the winner is
the
Attack
winner.
of the Killer Donuts.
If I wanted to pick a movie out of the two to fall asleep to, it'd be Ghost Warrior. I straight up, I'm pretty sure.
You could snooze through that.
I'm pretty sure I snoozed through it. I thought I was watching golf.
You are just watching a man walk around with what looks like could be clubs.
Yeah.
And just wandering around a neighborhood for the majority of the movie.
Attack of the Killer Donuts, most shitty movie of this showdown.
But does it compare to the previous winner? Which I don't remember what it is anymore. It's been like a year and a half.
It's been that long?
No.
Okay.
I'll insert that later. Because I don't remember.
Insert clip.
It was Star Wars for a while, and then something else beat it.
Star Wars?
Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, I don't think I've ever actually seen that. I've heard about it.
You must have got kidnapped after me.
Yeah.
It was the fourth movie that made me watch.
That was the fourth movie? I don't know.
B. Arthur singing.
I've seen so many bad movies.
So goodbye, friends. It's the end, friends. She's just rhyming friends with friends over and over. It's a nightmare.
That's garbage.
Anyway, whatever was the worst before, I'll just show it here.
It's probably not as bad as this.
No, it's worse.
You think? Sure.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
I could easily look it up, but I'm not going to.
But I mean...
And we're back.
By the way, it's Death Machines, 1976.
Death Machines. We had to wait for our overlords to send us the winner.
Yeah.
So Death Machines versus Ghost Warrior. Death Machines is by far worse.
Right. So, but Death Machines versus Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yes.
Still
Death
worse.
Machines is still worse.
Okay. I'm glad I came from this one.
Imagine a greasy 70s movie with that music. That's what that's from. And it's like nonsense, and it's like, and there's like screeching the whole time. It's just infuriating. And it's about these like assassins kind of fighting against each other, and we couldn't follow what the fuck was happening.
Is that one of the ones where you just kind of like start tuning it out because you can't even like bear it?
It was literally like some high pitched tones in that music that would make us like, oh, all three of us like, oh god, just reaching levels. And it's just so everyone's so greasy and gross and mustached and ugh. And the plot, whatever it was no. The Death Machines is still the winner.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. I'll have to not ever watch that. Hopefully.
Death Machines. I don't know what to go with that.
All right, yeah.
So Death Machines.
All right, to wrap it up.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
To go do what? Watch more shitty movies? I mean, that's where our lives are
Well,
now.
they're telling us on that little screen we gotta get back to our rooms.
Oh.
Let's go.
It's been nice to have some human contact.
Let's never talk again.
Appreciate it. Green smoke. I'll catch you next time, man.
Oh, see you.
Oh, snap!
Oh, snap! Snap, snap, snap. Oh, God. Oh, snap.
snap.
Oh, snap! God damn it.